everyone. So a common question that a lot of students have is how to create citations in APA format. Now, as you can see, there's a little breakdown because there's multiple ways to do this because there's multiple options depending on what you need. So you might need a reference at the end of your paper, for example. And so for that, you would need to do something like the two here at the top. Now, it really depends on what kind of material you're looking at. If you're citing a book or a journal article, a YouTube video, those kinds of things, it really varies. But here are two very common examples, which are citing a book and citing a journal. So when we cite a book, you can see that you'll need the author's last name, the first initial, the middle initial, the year that it was published, and the book title and the publisher. Now you'll notice a few things. First of all, we have middle initial and first initial. So we don't need their full name when we write this in our reference page. We just need their first initial and their middle initial. If they don't have a middle initial, then it's just their first initial. So we don't need to explicitly write their first name. The most important thing to explicitly write is their last name. So you'll need that, the year, and if you notice, I wrote here the book title that is italicized. It has to be italicized. And you'll notice also that it didn't capitalize the first letter of every word. So that's something that you'll notice a lot of the time in titles that they ask for in APA citations. Okay, so you write this series of information. It has to always be in this format, and notice, pay special attention to the punctuation, commas, periods, all of that is really important to keep in mind. So I always recommend students to look at this format and imitate the same format as they do as they start to cite a book, or next we'll see citing a journal article. So it's the same idea. We have author's last name, first initial, and middle initial. And here we'll notice that there is no middle initial, so we omitted that. We have the year. In this case, we have the article title. And again, it's in sentence case. That means we're not capitalizing the first of every word. We got to pay special attention to when they're asking us to do that. And then we italicize the journal title. For these, because it's a journal article, it has extra information, so we have to include all that extra information. So we have our volume number, which is also italicized, and our issue number. All of this can be found directly if you're using a database where you are getting your journal articles. All of this can be found directly there. You can find it even in the article itself. And of course, you want your link at the end. Now, all of this is for when you are creating your references at the end of your essay. But within your text, anytime that you use information that you got from a specific source, if you use information from Rosales from the year 2021, this book entitled 100 Facts About Sailing, if you said a quote that is from this person's book, then you need to say that information. You need to tell us where you got it from at the end of the sentence. So you would put what is called an in-text citation at the end of your sentence. For your in-text citation, you need your last name and your year. That's all you need. Anytime you use information that you borrowed from someone else that you cited in your references, anytime you use that in your sentences, in your paragraph, you want to add this in parentheses.